Welcome everybody to a Flame of the Flood survival guide. One of my more popular videos here on the YouTube channel was a how to play the game that I did right around the game's original release on the PC, but unfortunately I did that one late at night. I know a lot of people couldn't hear me. So, I am doing it again after my recent Let's Play of it, with the knowledge I've learned, and more importantly I can talk as loud as I want now. The Flame of the Flood is a hard game. It's one where it's very easy to enter a downward spiral, but it's also a very simple game. And once you understand what you need and things to avoid, it is very easy to break it, or to at least stack the deck in your favor. So let's start it up. Now there is persistence in the form of whatever you keep in your backpack, or I'm sorry, in Aesop's backpack. And you're going to see me storing some items from my previous play, and we'll talk about why I stored them. But the first thing you need to understand about the Flame of the Flood is essentially your three inventories. Once we're done loading things up. Alright, so we have our backpack, our dog's bag, and then the raft stash. It basically works like this. The backpack holds the items that you need right now. Daisy's bag are the items that you would like to hold on to. And if you die, you'll have them on your way back. And the raft stash is basically going to be for recovery or storage items that you may need in the future. Now the saplings I didn't really need to hold, that was more of a space related thing. Jars are nice to keep for water. The raft schematic is the big one, because you cannot craft these and they're required in order to upgrade your raft. Stitching kits is for repairing and creating clothing, and the boar hide is for some clothing that we'll make. The bow I kept because this is a tier 3 crafting, it requires a steel knife and advanced stuff. So I figure once I crafted it, I don't want to craft it again. Now the first thing, always get some charcoal. Now from here, cattails are used for basic crafting. Quiet, crow. Bat them away. Now, your quick or your emergency is only going to be able to use from items in your own inventory. So what I'm going to do is fill up these jars with polluted water, because I can craft a water filter. We're going to get one in a minute. That will allow me to turn them all into regular water. So with clean water, this will essentially take care of that need. So I'm just going to do it all right now. The braided cords will be used for traps. And you should always have at least a 10 on you. Some of these mailboxes get quests. And we are going out on the river. The level, or the game itself, is procedurally generated. So you don't know what we're going to find, but it will be based on specific biomes. The first one that I'm looking for is going to be a camp. Cane will give me flint, which will be used to craft some basic tools. I'm going to be using excess speed along here. Whenever you see these rapids, it's always good to use them if you're able, because they will speed you up. As we're going down here, you can notice at the bottom are 4 key resources of food, thirst, temperature, and rest. We will need to craft items in order to keep those meters up, because if any of them bottoms out, we will be dead. Avoid that. Oh, I missed it. Now, we are playing the campaign mode, but you can take what you learn for endless. Alright, coming to our first node. These little things you see with the blue hue means you can pick up a random item if you get close enough. We're gonna go for the camp first. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to craft some items once I get the flint that we need. I don't know what items we're going to find. Oh, we got some rabbits. Ooh, nuts and bolts are very important. They will be used for crafting the raft pieces. There's our flint. Don't really use the moldy lump all that much. You can also rest inside buses and cabins. Good. Alright, so the first thing you're always going to craft is the stone knife. This is your basic item, which in turn should let me craft the stone hammer. But we need rags for that. Now what we're going to build next, I'm going to need some more braided cords. I always like to go for 10 because that's the limit of what you can carry at one time. Now we're going to build some snares. They will allow us to catch small animals, namely the rabbits. The reason why we're going to catch those rabbits is we're going to use their meat for food, and we're also going to craft a pouch. Pouches will increase our inventory space. So we're going to come back over here where we saw those rabbit holes. Again, the earlier you get items that you need, the better it's going to be for your whole playthrough, because it's going to get harder as time goes on. So there's one. There's two. Hopefully they should get caught if we back up away from them enough. Dandelions are used to make tea. Always get that charcoal. Oh, I just heard a trap. This will also help us if we get food poisoning. Come back over here. And what we're going to do is start storing some items that we don't need. And inventory management is always going to be an annoyance in this game, sadly. So move this to the raft. This to the raft. That. We just heard another thing get caught. And that should be good for right now. Sadly, you cannot improve your dog's inventory. That would probably make things a little too game breaking. Let me grab our catch. Perfect. Traps will break once you're done with them. Now we'll need to craft better clothing as things get colder. But typically the boar is better. It basically goes rabbit, boar, wolf, bear. One of the reasons why I always keep stitching kits is so we can easily craft. I'm going to cook this before our fire goes out. There we go. These pouches. And now we have 4 more inventory spaces, as well as food. And we can craft some tinder if we want to have the option to create a fire. But I always like to have at least 2 spear traps on me, because they will be used for the heavier animals. The ones that will basically kill you if you're not careful. That's everything we need here, so we're going to head on out. Another thing I'm going to build. Let's see. Do we have enough for the stone hammer? No, I need to find rags. We're going to build the stone hammer next. But we just need to find some rags first. Let's head over to the farm. Now, that icon you see at about 200 meters with the wrench, that is the marina. That will allow us to upgrade our raft and is critical for surviving. Alright, let's see. We have a bus we can sleep in. There's corn. Mulberries for food. Now again, we're not worrying about enemies here just yet in this first region. Okay, get more saplings. Definitely grab those nuts and bolts. Flint for sure. This is actually really good. And now, with this well, I'm going to fill a jar up. And we're good. We can cook for food. And we're going to rest. Hopefully it doesn't start raining. Oh wait, I heard rabbits. 2 pouches, I find, seems to be more than enough. Let's see. But they're all probably sleeping, and we need to get going. Let's see. Again, I'm going to put the items that I know we're going to need for later on our raft. That looks good. Get some of our food back. Now we're not going to get over to that marina from here. Oh, it's raining. When it rains, the temperature drops. It will also affect our clothing. We'll need to either sleep or go to a fire in order to dry off. Don't want to hit anything because it will damage our raft. That's a yellow bar at the bottom. If it runs out, we die. Nothing I'm going to do here. We're just going to have to bear with it. I would like to find a chapel or a church. There it is. Because that's where we'll find the rags. Can I get in there? Fire will also warm us up. The quests simply just allow you to get bonus resources. They're not do or die. Flint. If we set the fire, we should recover that wetness. There we go. Always cook your yucca. Not yet. Alright, we should find more cattails around. Nope. Didn't want the moldy one. See what we got around here. There's crows out there. Yeah, I know we're getting hungry game. Anything else I can make use of? Does not look like it. I should have enough cords. Some food. And we'll drink some of that water. Let's make 2 more snares. Oh, can't throw it away. There's another damn feather. Get out of there. Those crows can also alert wolves, so they're nearby. So what I'm going to do now is set up a snare. And this will be the last pouch we're probably going to crack. Feathers. Oh, we got 1. And we got 2. Perfect. Now we will be needing, I believe, a rapid hide for the steel knife. Let me just double check that. No, boar's hide. Never mind. But now we're going to craft 1 more pouch. As you can see, you can go up to 28. But in all honesty, at some point, pouch size is not going to be what's going to save your life. 20 should be enough. Cook our meat. And let's get going. Now, we're obviously not going to be playing the whole length of a campaign. That can take at least 4 to 6 hours, depending upon what you get. But I at least want to hit the marina and show off the upgrades. But to do that, we're going to need to go to the church. Enjoy some traveling music, folks. Right. Perfect. Is that more yucca? Yes, it is. And yeah, it's very important to grab cattails and saplings. That's perfect. We want a lot of these. when you can, because later on, these resources are going to become a lot harder. Uh-oh. First enemy. Enemies can leave you with physical conditions that you must repair. But this is the exact reason why I built these traps. We're going to have to bait him. Come on, boar. Come get me. Get some more meat and boar hide. Alcohol will let us create a bandage. Let's see. Sumac is used for a cure. Where is it? Or I'm sorry, not sumac. I think it's something else. Let me double check that because it's very important. Dandelion tea. Yes, sumac tea is very important. It will cure snake bites. So you want to have that on you. Now we could sleep, but I don't think we need to. So we got what I need. I don't think we can craft. Oh, good, we can. Get this bad boy going. We can now craft hardware. I need old lumber if I wanted to craft the raft, I think, frame. So we'll hold on to this for right now. We don't need that. We'll hook that up when we have a chance. Don't eat the wrong one. We'll head to this little wilderness spot. Because maybe we'll find the old lumber that I need. Now, pay attention when you enter an area because you may hear... Oh, here's some poison ivy. We don't want to walk in that, obviously. There's some free water. Oh. We have a boar. I think he hears me. Oh, let's get out of here. So this. We'll move this to the raft. Your meat will eventually spoil unless you use salt to turn into jerky. Alright. Another biome we want to hit is the hardware store that usually carries the parts we need for upgrades. We'll wrap things up, I think, in the next few minutes. Again, I'm just really hoping we find... Oh, good, marina. Perfect. Can't hit there. But that's fine. We should be actually gaining some wolf territory. Saplings. Again, pay attention to noises. Now, you are safe if you're in fire, like right here. So I'm going to cook this meat up. I think I need rags for the water filter. Water filter is the only way to clean dirty water. Anything else over here? Aloe is used for curing bites and burns. There's probably flint right here. Oh, perfect. Rags. No cattails, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do, since we have the opportunity, is I'm going to take and build one thing of the sumac tea. So to do that, I need to take... Where's my sumac? There it is. Looks good. We'll keep the sumac tea on the raft in case we need it in the future. Same goes for the aloe. We're also going to rest here. But first, let me make that. Good. I'm also going to craft the bore stuff so I can show off the temperature mechanic. So, 1 second. I'm also going to keep one boar hide because I need it for my steel knife if we want to go there. We come over here. And as we equip our boar hide stuff, you can see our gear rating improving. Basically, the lower it goes on there, it means that we can survive those temperatures. So let me do that. Let me make a few more rags in case we need them. But this will be more than enough to last me. Now we're going to sleep. Good. And let me see. One of those now. Move this to the raft. Wrap it again. Since meat eventually spoils, I'm just going to use this now. And I think that's good. Alright. Now that we've shown off temperature, we're going to head perfect. That marina is where we're going to wrap things up for our survival guide. Because this is very important for survival. Alright. At marinas, you can upgrade your raft to provide permanent bonuses for the remainder of this run. And this is what's going to allow you to survive the Flame in the Flood. This is also why you hoard raft schematics. Let's go down the list. The rudder allows for improved maneuverability, and it makes it a lot easier to survive the rapids. Probably the first thing you're going to get. The raft motor allows you to actually control it and go backwards, I believe, but it uses fuel. I don't really get this, or I only see that as important. Sturdy frame improves your raft's defense or your health at the bottom there. Not the most important thing, honestly. But it's these four that are important. The stove allows you to cook food without needing a fire or a campsite. This becomes very important later on. The raft shelter allows you to rest and protect yourself from the weather on your raft. Again, this basically cures your need or cures the importance of rest. Storage allows you to have more on your frame or more on your raft. And then the water purifier basically gives you free, clean water and allows you to essentially eliminate the need for thirst for a while. I cannot stress enough, the stove, the shelter, and the purifier, you should get these immediately. Because they will allow you to basically keep those needs mitigated whenever possible. And it will mean the difference between life or death later on when it becomes harder to cure those needs or recover. But that, I think, is enough for the survival guide. That should give you all you need in order to get going in the Flame of the Flood. Because the sooner you get those wrath upgrades and know what to keep, the better your life will be. And again, this is why I keep the wrath schematics on our dog, because you will need at least a minimum of 9 to get everything. I'm going to fill these straws up with water, because I can use a water filter to clean 3 of them. And again, more corn. And like we said, it's going to become more and more dangerous as time goes on. Get out of there. The fishing line I can combine with the fish hook. Oh, and there's ants. We don't want to run into that because it will hurt us. Actually, we're going to do that just to show off the disease mechanic very quickly. There we go. So here's what happens. Whenever you get hit with a wound, you will get a mark on your character there. Take that flint. By itself, it will just be a nasty element on your character. But if you do not recover from it, it will get worse, and in many cases can cause death. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make that stitching kit. And because we have the aloe, I'm just going to use that right now and cure it. And problem solved. So, that's everything for the Flame of the Flood. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and let me know what you think of this survival guide. If there are any other games you'd like me to cover, please let me know as well. But we're going to end things here. So, thanks for watching. Check back for daily discussions on game design here, and on Game Wisdom, where we examine the art and science of games. And I will see you all for our next video. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Check back around 10 Eastern for regular streaming. If you'd like to suggest games for me to cover or topics to talk about, let me know in the comments below. For a collection of my writings as well as weekly podcasts on design, check out game-wisdom.com. To support the Game Wisdom Patreon, you can find us on there on patreon.com/gwbycer. $1 will get you into our private Discord channel where we talk game topics and more. $5 will get you voting privileges for any major event, including the Saturday Night Grab Bag, Patreon-funded goals, and more. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoy more videos here on the Game Wisdom YouTube channel.